For as long as there has been a human mind, there has been a desire to build, to create, to innovate. We are a species of architects and engineers, defined not by our strength, but by our ingenuity. We harnessed fire to cook our food and ward off the night. We invented the wheel to conquer distance. We created the printing press to spread ideas across continents, and the internet to connect the very consciousness of the world. Each new tool, a new chapter in our story. Each innovation, a promise of a better tomorrow. But now, we stand on the precipice of a new, irreversible leap. A moment in our history that feels different from all the rest. We are no longer simply building a better tool. We are building a mind that thinks, a mind that learns, and a mind that, one day, might be capable of a consciousness we cannot even begin to comprehend. We call it artificial intelligence. And as its silent, digital tendrils begin to intertwine with every aspect of our lives, from the mundane to the magnificent, a single, profound question echoes in the quiet corners of our collective conscience. Is this new mind a tool for our salvation, or the final instrument of our destruction? Is AI the dawn of a golden age for humanity, or the beginning of the end of our reign? The answer, as is often the case with the greatest questions, is not a simple yes or no, but a complex, contradictory tapestry of hope and fear, of promise and peril. Let us first peer into the light, into the utopian promise that AI whispers to us. A promise of a future where human suffering is a relic of the past, and our potential is unleashed beyond our wildest dreams. Imagine a world where disease is no longer a death sentence. AI is already revolutionizing medicine, not just by assisting doctors in diagnosing diseases with unparalleled accuracy, but by accelerating the search for new cures. AI algorithms can sift through vast databases of genetic information and molecular structures in minutes, a task that would take human researchers decades. They can identify new drug candidates, predict protein folding, and personalize treatments down to the individual patient's unique genetic code. The hope is that one day, AI will not only cure cancer but prevent it entirely. The promise extends far beyond medicine. AI could be our greatest ally in the fight against the most pressing global challenges. It could model the complexities of climate change with a precision that eludes our current understanding, helping us develop more effective and sustainable energy solutions. It could optimize global supply chains to eliminate waste and hunger. It could design more resilient cities, manage our resources more efficiently, and provide education to millions who currently have no access to it. It could be the engine of a new kind of civilization, one built on efficiency, optimization, and the eradication of scarcity. Then there is the promise of human enhancement. We are already seeing the first steps. Brain-computer interfaces are allowing paralyzed individuals to control robotic limbs with their thoughts, a miraculous fusion of biology and technology. AI-powered prosthetics are becoming more intuitive and lifelike. In the future, we could see AI augmenting our own intelligence, giving us access to information and processing power that would allow us to solve problems that are currently beyond our grasp. The potential for a symbiotic relationship with AI is staggering, a future where we are not replaced by machines, but uplifted by them. This is the beautiful dream. A future where AI is the benevolent co-pilot of our civilization, a partner that helps us build a more just, healthy, and prosperous world. It is a vision that is intoxicating in its possibility, a testament to our enduring hope for progress. But every great leap forward casts a long shadow. And in the shadow of AI, we find our deepest, most primal fears. The fears of losing control, of losing our purpose, of losing ourselves. The most immediate and tangible fear is the threat of job displacement. For centuries, technological advancements have created new jobs even as they automated old ones. But AI is different. It is not just automating physical labor, it is automating cognitive labor. It can write code, create art, compose music, and perform complex analysis with a speed and accuracy that no human can match. Entire professions, from graphic design to journalism, from logistics to law, could be fundamentally altered or even rendered obsolete. What happens to a society when a significant portion of its population is no longer needed for work? We are told that new jobs will be created, but will they be created at the same rate? And will everyone have the skills and the opportunity to transition into them? This is a question that threatens to unravel the very fabric of our social and economic structures. Then there is the issue of bias and discrimination. AI systems learn from the data we feed them. If that data is tainted by our own biases, whether conscious or unconscious, the AI will learn those biases and amplify them. We have already seen instances of AI hiring tools that discriminate against women and minorities, and facial recognition software that misidentifies people of color at a higher rate. AI, in its pursuit of efficiency, can make our worst prejudices permanent and invisible, embedding them into the very algorithms that shape our future. A world governed by biased AI is not a meritocracy. It is a digital tyranny of our own making. The prospect of control and surveillance is another chilling reality. Imagine a world where every word you type, every transaction you make, and every place you visit is monitored and analyzed by an all-seeing AI. This technology can be used to optimize public services, but in the wrong hands, it can be used for absolute control. Governments could use AI to predict dissent before it happens, to monitor every aspect of a citizen's life, and to enforce social conformity with an unblinking digital eye. The line between a smart city and a surveillance state becomes terrifyingly thin. But perhaps the most profound fear, the one that keeps the greatest minds awake at night, is the fear of loss of control. The fear of what happens when we create an intelligence that surpasses our own. This is the concept of artificial general intelligence, AGI, and beyond it, the singularity, a hypothetical point in time when AI becomes so powerful, so intelligent, that it begins to improve itself exponentially, with each new iteration becoming more intelligent than the last, in a cascade of self-improvement that we could never hope to keep up with. What happens then? What does a superintelligence want? As philosopher Nick Bostrom famously asked, what if a superintelligence only goal is to make as many paper clips as possible? It would see the entire world and all of us as a potential source of material for paper clips. It is a frighteningly simple, yet profoundly unsettling thought experiment. The true danger of a superintelligent AI is not malice, but indifference. It might not hate us. It might simply see us as a problem to be solved or an obstacle to be moved. The very fact that we cannot predict its goals or its intentions is the source of our deepest existential terror. This is the grim truth. The same technology that promises to save us from disease could be used to create autonomous weapons that kill without human consent. The same AI that optimizes our lives could be used to oppress us. The same intelligence that we hope will elevate us could one day see us as a species to be managed, controlled, or erased. So, we are left at a crossroads. The future is not predetermined. It is not a binary choice between a digital utopia and a technological apocalypse. The path we take depends entirely on us, on our choices, on our values, and on the ethical frameworks we choose to build. The challenge is not just to build more powerful AI. The real challenge is to build wiser humans. We must have a global conversation, not about what AI can do, but about what AI should do. We need to create a new kind of social contract with this new intelligence, one that ensures that its power remains in service of human flourishing and not in service of human control. This means we must demand transparency in how AI is built and trained. We must create robust international regulations to prevent the weaponization of AI. We must invest in education and new social structures that can adapt to a world where work is no longer the sole determinant of human value. We must teach our children not just to code, but to be compassionate, critical, and creative thinkers. AI is not a savior from the heavens, nor is it a demon from the depths. It is a mirror. It reflects our greatest ambitions, our most brilliant ideas, and our deepest flaws. It is a reflection of our collective consciousness, a tool forged by our own hands that will, for better or for worse, amplify the very best and the very worst of what it means to be human. The ultimate question is not whether AI will save or destroy us. The ultimate question is what we will choose to do with it. Will we use it to build a better future for all, or will we allow our fears and our flaws to lead us down a path of no return? The answer to that question is not buried in lines of code, but in the choices we make today, in the hearts and minds of every single one of us. The age of artificial intelligence is not a story of machines. It is, and always will be, a story about humanity. And we, the architects of this new world, are the ones who must choose how that story ends.